In 1914, the brand new colony of Atascadero, under the leadership of its founder, Edward Gardner Lewis, began work on the Atascadero Administration Building, a double-domed Italian Renaissance structure destined to become an icon for the city. 88 years later, that building was seriously damaged during the San Simeon earthquake. This is the story of how we put it back together.
Well, my first concern, of course, and first question was how are staff? As you know, the management team was in a staff meeting up on the top floor, and they literally, it was like riding a roller coaster going down that old stairway, but everyone made it out safe as tile were flying off the roof.
A normal day, and we went to have a department head meeting in the club room on the 4th floor right off of the city council chambers in the rotunda.
You could hear it rumbling from quite a ways away, and you go, I wonder if that's a truck, and then you went, ooh, that's an earthquake, and then you realize it's really an earthquake.
It was going longer and longer. Pretty soon it was shaking harder and harder, and then it was really shaking, and people dodged for the walls and under the, I remember Rochelle got under the table.
And I got down underneath the table, the conference table that we were at, and actually started laughing because the conference table kept falling over, and I kept picking up the conference table and putting it back over my head.
And the police chief got over by the wall, and as I looked at the police chief, I was standing in the middle of the room. I could see bricks flying by the police chief's head. I
was on the Bay Bridge during the Loma Prieta earthquake, and this was scarier than that because parts of the building were falling, and the upper rotunda brick, those walls were falling off and landing probably about 10 feet away from me.
Outside the building there was French doors, and I stood in the middle of the room standing up, shaking with the earthquake, and it really felt like the building was coming down.
When you looked into the lower rotunda, all you saw was white smoke. It wasn't really smoke. What it was plaster dust, but it was pure white. You couldn't see anything in that, and you were wondering, was there anything left in that direction?
And there was a beam above my head, and I figured whichever side the light came on when the building roof opened up, I would try to be there and just follow the building down and ride it down like a surfboard.
The San Simeon earthquake was a 6.5 magnitude trembler that rocked houses off their foundations in Atascadero and killed 2 people under falling rubble in the neighboring city of Paso Robles. It pushed the administration building to its limits. Bricks flew from the sides of the building and internal columns twisted. Ceilings fell. Bricks crashed into the 4th floor kitchen area. Previous seismic upgrades installed in 1984 prevented complete catastrophe. Steel elements buckled but prevented collapse of the upper rotunda. Likewise, the balustrades around the upper perimeter that had been installed previously with concrete broke but were held suspended by wire and steel previously installed. None of the city employees at work that day was injured. The great building, however, sat severely damaged. Fences were erected to protect the public from debris which continued to fall for months after the quake. Temporary city facilities were set up quickly in a former pizza restaurant and amusement center. Later, they would be moved to a refurbished bowling alley, and there plans would be laid for the repair, rehabilitation, and rebirth of one of the truly unique buildings on California's Central Coast.